Why is it that writing I will get an A star in a journal feels so much easier than actually opening a textbook? Welcome back to Pie and the Pound, the podcast where we use straightforward quantitative analysis to expose the everyday economic traps we fall for. I'm Kavya, your host, and today I'm joined by my friend and fellow student Sana. We're taking the internet's obsession with manifestation and breaking it down with pure math. We're going to clear up the internet's biggest misunderstanding by defining what manifestation actually is and explain the real mechanics of how it actually works. So, we'll be talking about why your vision board is actually making you procrastinate and how this whole trend is just a highly profitable psychological trick. Sana, welcome to the episode.
Thank you for inviting me, and I'll be so happy to share information regarding manifestation.
Okay.
Shall we begin?
Yeah, sure. So, let's start with the biggest trap. People think they're working hard by manifesting, but in reality, manifestation is often just fancy procrastination, in my opinion, at least. So, Sana, why is it so much easier to write, I'll pass my exams 50 times instead of actually opening, like our physics textbook or, any textbook for that matter?
I'm glad you brought up about procrastination. I think on the internet there is a lot of confusion between procrastination and manifestation. And even regarding manifestation, people believe that it's all about dreaming about stuff, but that's not the reality. First, the common thing between procrastination and manifestation is that you think.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, and that's where people get confused. Procrastination is basically thinking about something, thinking about a goal that you want, but delaying the work because you're procrastinating about it. Whereas manifestation is thinking about it while doing hard work and working towards it so you can actually achieve that goal. That's the main difference where people actually get trapped and they believe that procrastination and manifestation is the same. Regarding what you said, that it's easier to write down the goals. Obviously, it's easier. There's a saying that it's
Yeah.
easier said than done. So definitely, it's easier to write, but people often just write and think that it's gonna happen on its own. Whereas you really need to work for it. If you don't work, then you're not gonna achieve it. That's why hard work and manifestation together is very important.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, basically, it's just giving people a way to feel busy and productive and without them actually having to do any hard work, right?
Exactly. And because there are some people who actually think that this is actually a fact and they confuse it, that's the reason people don't really believe in manifestation.
Yeah.
This is the reason people think that manifestation is of no use, whereas it can actually be really beneficial to grow.
Yeah, you're so right on this point. So, if it's just a form of procrastination, let's look at how people are actually doing it. So, Sana, what are the basic tricks that we see everyone doing on their feeds all the time? Like vision boards and stuff.
Yeah, so there's this very great trend that has been going on since past few years of making a vision board, which I really believe in it. Even I have my own vision board, and I would really suggest everyone to make it because there are a lot of benefits of having vision board. When you look at it, you it reminds you of your
Yeah.
goals, it reminds you of your dreams, and it encourages you to work. And also, we in further in the podcast, I'll tell you how it how it has frequency, how it attracts the energy, how it helps get you through your goals. But I think what happens is many people get trapped in this as well.
Yeah.
They think they look at it and they kind of ignore new opportunities that might be coming. They only focus on the particular goals that they have put on their vision board, which is
Yeah.
not really helpful for a person to grow.
Okay. Yeah, that actually makes sense. But let's so basically nowadays people actually get defensive and they say that but manifestation actually worked for me. And sure, sometimes it does. But I think we need to clear this massive misunderstanding that when it does work, it isn't magic. It's basically extreme focus and resource allocation. So Could you tell us something more about the hard work combination with manifestation?
That is absolutely right. It is not magic. I'll even give you a scientific example later, but it definitely needs to be used with hard work. See,
Yeah,
there's a simple set of people. There are three sets of people. One person who only manifests, person who only works hard, and one person who does both.
yeah.
Now, I'll ask you a simple question. Which person you think is going to have the most success in their life?
um Somebody, I think, who works hard and also kind of manifests. But actually, according to me, I'm not a huge believer of manifestation, because I just feel it's something that kind of just leads you to just
Procrastination?
yeah, kind of. And also it kind of makes you focus on the luck aspect rather than the hard work aspect, and you just start to you basically get a dopamine hit when you actually write down, for example, something like, I'll pass my exams, or I'll top the world in a certain exam. So the dopamine hit actually makes you feel that you've already achieved that goal, which you actually haven't. So because of this feeling, you actually stop working hard for it. So I actually am kind of towards this point of view. So what do you think?
I'm really glad you brought up about the luck factor. I think many people don't manifest because they think that it is, believing on
Yeah,
your luck. But it's not really like that. If we think about it through a very normal scientific way,
yeah,
there is frequency in the entire universe. A simple example I'll give you: when you make a phone call, it will only call that person who you have dialed the number
yeah,
for. That's simple frequency. That's how the universe works. Everything is connected to a frequency. When you do something, when
yeah,
you think about something, it attracts the frequency, it attracts that energy.
yeah.
In We call this law of attraction.
Okay.
That's the simplest way to put it. It's called law of attraction, and it's a part of manifestation. There are actually scientific theories that are based on manifestation. It's not purely based on luck. Like, I'll give you a very simple example that actually our listeners can also try it at home. It's very simple. You take two glasses. Okay.
Yeah,
On one glass, you stick paper on both the glasses. On one sheet, you write love. On one sheet, you write hate. You fill both the glasses with water and put it in the freezer. One day later, when you remove those both of the glasses, there is a high possibility that the glass which has the hate written on it
yeah.
is cracked.
Okay.
If not cracked, you'll see the crystal formation inside the ice cube to be very random.
Hmm.
Whereas when you see the glass where love is written, it would be a beautiful crystal inside, a beautiful ice crystal formed. The simple logic is that I'm sure you know that
Yeah.
water is known to attract energy.
Yes.
So, this experiment is trying to prove that the glass with love attracts positive energy, and that's why we have a beautiful crystal formation. Whereas hate attracts negative energy, and that's the reason a glass may crack or there may be very random, ugly formations in the ice. Why am I telling you about this? Why you should try this out? Because as you know, our body is made of 75% made of water, right?
Ha.
So that means that our body, which is made of water, is actually attracting the energy, attracting what we are saying, attracting what
Ha.
we are doing. So why? What is the reason that we should think positively?
Hmm.
Because that will attract the positive energy. That's
Okay.
simple manifestation. When we think about one goal, the universe helps connects the frequency and helps us attract that energy to enable us to achieve that goal.
Okay.
That's the reason. It's a misconception that it's based on luck. It is not actually luck. It has scientific reasons behind it.
So great. I think it's a great example that you've given. And I kind of do agree, because water is something that that makes up 75% of our body. And these things also do make sense, that water absorbs the energy and there is this frequency and vibration. But सना, सच बताओ तो मैनिफेस्टेशन बहुत बार मुझे लगता है सिर्फ एक फैंसी बहाना होता है काम चोरी करने का. तो क्या ये टेक्निक, लाइक द टेक्निक दैट यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, डज इट लाइक एक्चुअली इवन वर्क? लाइक आई एम स्टिल नॉट एबल टू कम अप टू बिलीव इट.
You can find your answer, you can yourself find the answer to this question by trying out this experiment at home. It's a very simple experiment.
Yeah.
But अगर आपको अभी भी नहीं लग रहा है, so you can go on the internet, search about the love hate water
Yeah.
experiment. This was basically conducted by Dr. Masaru Emoto in the 1990s. And
Okay.
you will find a lot of experiments that have actually been done and that actually prove this theory.
Ha.
Okay, I think it's really great if you try it out. If you can't do it with a glass of water, maybe you can use two slices of bread, one with hate, one with love. You leave it. You will see that the bread where it is written love
Yeah.
will take a long time before it decays and molds. Whereas the bread with hate, it will decay and mold very quickly.
Okay. So, Sana, I actually wanted to ask you about a topic that I researched about, that people these days have actually made manifestation into a complete profit making business model. So, there are these people who sell these expensive courses of approximately 5,000 rupees or more, and they kind of try to market manifestation. They teach you how to manifest and, for example, gain success in life or become rich. But in reality, what I've got to know is that the tricks that they actually teach are not actually manifestation tricks. They've just packaged it and presented it as manifestation, but it actually isn't manifestation, which has actually led to a lot of misunderstanding among the current generation. So imagine 1 lakh people write, I will get rich in a journal. By pure random luck, one person out of those 1 lakh people gets the money, and वो एक जो भी व्यक्ति है, that person makes a TikTok reel crediting the entire universe. Now the other 99,999 people, they get nothing, they don't get rich, and now they stay quiet. So what's the result? The result in this case is that these manifestation coaches take that one lucky statistical outlier and they sell it to you as magic, and they say okay, manifestation works, and they try to present it in a way that is so effective, just by the case of that one person out of those 1 lakh people. So what do you think on this aspect?
I think you really brought up a beautiful thing. Let's be honest. आजकल की दुनिया में सब लोग तो फेयर नहीं होने वाले, you know.
Ha.
So these are some of those tricks that people play to earn money. कि वो manifestation सिखाने के लिए they charge a very high amount of fees.
Yeah.
That's the reason it discourages people to start with manifestation that might at some point actually believe and want to do it. I'll give you very simple tricks of manifestation that as students or even adults can do, and they can be really helpful. They're easy to do and they would actually work. It has worked for me, and I'm sure it will work for a lot of people listening to us. So, one easy method is a pillow method.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take a sheet. You might have 3, 4 goals. Are there any goals that you have?
So for me, I think one of my biggest goals is to get into my dream university for economics.
Great.
And yeah.
Yeah, you have any more goals?
Yeah, so I also want to be fit, and I want to have good health. So I think basically those common things that every person has.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now that you brought up about health and fitness, I'll also talk about that later. But these are the goals. So you take a sheet of paper, okay?
Yeah.
You write on it, I have gotten into this college. Now, the thing where people go wrong is that they write, I want this, I
Yeah.
want that. You have to write, I have already got it.
Okay.
You have to write it in the present tense, not in the future tense.
Okay.
That makes a difference. Once you write it down,
Yeah.
like for you, I want to get, I have gotten into my dream economics college.
Hmm.
You fold the paper, you put it inside your pillowcase. Whenever you sleep at night on that pillow,
Yeah.
you're just supposed to say thank you. That's
Okay.
it. Supposed to say thank you to the universe, thinking that you have already achieved it. Isn't that easy? Very simple.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
But does it actually even like work? Because I mean, obviously the hard work would be something that goes without saying, right?
Agreed. So that's what I'm saying. There are three sets of people, right? One person that works hard, one person that only manifests, and one person that
Yeah.
does both. Now, the person who's working hard, it's not like they will never get success, right? They would
Yeah.
get success because they're really working for it. But imagine a person who is working hard as well as manifesting.
Yeah.
They are working hard and attracting that energy, attracting their goals towards them. They're more likely to be more successful than
Yeah.
that person. That's what we have to focus on. Manifestation on its own, like you said, it's like misunderstood as luck, and that's the reason people only dream about it thinking that it will come to them. They want like $100 million, and they're just sitting at home thinking about it every day, believing that it's going to come to them, and that's not going to happen in real life. They have to work for it. A simple law of universe is that if you have a dream, you
Yeah.
have to manifest. The life will throw opportunities at you, and it will like allow you to achieve that dream. That's what it is.
Okay. That's an amazing point actually that you've made, and I cannot agree less to this. Um, Actually, because manifestation, I think, I think if you combine it with hard work, I think it's something that will definitely, most probably, lead you to success. Because without manifesting, hard work with a negative mindset probably would just lead to more failures. Because I think the mindset is also something that really matters. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I also wanted to ask you about another point of view of the confirmation bias. So, what if someone manifests a certain text message, maybe from somebody, or finding 5 rupees, 500 rupees, sorry, 500 rupees from maybe their bag or something
Okay,
randomly,
it
uh,
is really
and it
great.
happens.
Now we call this specific
Yeah.
goals, like you said, receiving a particular text from someone, or thinking that you will find 500 rupees in this particular bag. These are specific goals. The more your goal is very specific, the less chances it is of you getting the goal.
Okay.
You have to be open, okay? So, like, if there are like 10 um, taps in front of you.
Yeah.
You can't be like, I want water from that tap only. You have to be open minded. You want your ultimate goal is to have water, not that you want it from that particular first tap or the second tap.
Yeah.
You need to have an open mind. That's the reason it's not like manifestation will not help you gain specific goals, but the more broader your goal is, the more likely that's going to help you.
Okay. So I also read about this theory that, for example, if I tell you to think about a red car, तो तुझे हर जगह red cars ही दिखाई देंगे. And then basically what happens is that your brain just stopped ignoring the opportunities that were already in front of you. So prior to me telling you about this thing of you to notice red cars, you were actually not noticing and you were ignoring all of that. But the moment I told you, after that moment you actually started noticing it consciously, which is somewhat similar to some similar to recognizing opportunities after being aware of the fact that you need to be observing of it. So
Correct. So it just reminds me of what my economic teacher used to tell me, that economics always has a positive as well as a negative aspect.
yeah.
Now you can see it as a negative way, like I also mentioned about the vision board earlier, that some people might just want to achieve that and miss out on the opportunities. Or you can also look at the positive side, that it can actually help people identify the opportunities regarding their goals.
Yeah.
So it's really how people take these opportunities, how people look around them, and how people try to get their dreams.
Okay. So like I'll just tell you what my point of view is on the vision board. So according to me, at least, I feel doing more of vision boards actually leads you to missing out on new opportunities. So like you become specifically like you become completely obsessed with that exact specific picture that you have put on your vision board, and then you get this tunnel vision where you're just focusing on that thing. So then you become completely blind to all the reality, and possibly you could even reject some amazing opportunity, some realistic opportunity, just because it's not matching that exact aesthetic that you manifested on your vision board. So what do you have to say on this?
Clearly agree to you. There are again two sets of people. One person that might be overly obsessed with the goals, it can help the person get ambitious, but then sometimes people can get over ambitious, they can miss out on the opportunities that it might be in front of them, but they are just
Yeah.
too ambitious about particular goals, and they don't want to carry out those other things in their life. So definitely it is possible that a person may lose track because of this, person may limit their growth because of this. But on a broader perspective, I think manifestation can really help a person who might be a little less hopeful about achieving a goal, achieving a dream, and it can really be helpful.
Okay. Um, what is your point of view on lack of self confidence uh, connected to manifestation? Like,
Okay,
yeah,
now if you rightly said, I'll take your example that you want to go to a particular dream economics college.
yeah.
Now, how much confidence do you have on yourself that you will get into that college?
Okay, so personally, I mean, the university is really tough to get into. The acceptance rates are extremely low. But I mean, I'm obviously working hard. So I think I would say 50-50 and not something that's too high of an
So that
expectation.
basically means that you are not very sure.
Yeah,
When you are manifesting, you need to believe in yourself first. That's only when the universe will believe in you, right?
yeah,
So if you think that I want to get in the university, but somewhere in back of your mind is going on, I'm not capable, I will not be able to get into it, then it contradicts your dream, and
okay,
that's the reason it will become really difficult. You have to believe in yourself, you have to have confidence in yourself that this is my dream and I can achieve it. That
okay.
is what is manifestation. You have to make affirmations daily.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for this amazing advice. I hope it
Yes.
really helps me and I can like be able to manifest better. So I also wanted to like let's talk about realistic and unrealistic, or I would say impossible goals. Like I think it actually makes a difference when, like, with the kind of goals that you're trying to make. So I think like impossible goals would just make you completely freeze up and then stop doing all the work, whereas realistic goals could be more manageable. So what do you say on
Yeah,
this?
so as you say, realistic goal could be like, do you have an example for a realistic goal? It could be anything, maybe I want
Yeah.
to have $1 million in the next 3 years. So
Okay.
that is very possible. You don't know the method. That's how the universe will give you the opportunities to get that $1 million in the next 3 years, or maybe
Yeah.
even sooner. But if you have an unrealistic goal, like if you're a woman and you want to have a baby,
Yeah.
so you can't be like in the next 2 months I want a baby, because pregnancy basically takes like at least 9 months,
Yeah.
right? So that's an unrealistic goal. So if you really think about such goals, then you expect manifestation will work. It's not gonna work. So it's really important that your goal is realistic.
Yeah.
But what happens, as you said, that thinking about realistic people often lose confidence.
Okay.
Like, if you were not confident about that college, you might think it's unrealistic to think about getting into that college. Now
Okay.
that's a different perspective, right? It
Yeah.
is not impossible, it is not scientifically impossible like it is for pregnancy.
Yeah.
So it's not like unrealistic, it's just you need to have confidence in yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the example you gave is really similar to the fact of, for example, you being completely broke or just being unemployed with no money, and then you still wanting to maybe buy a private jet in the next 1 month. So that's obviously something that's very impossible.
Exactly, it's a bit unrealistic.
Yeah.
It can be possible, but it's very low, chances of happening.
So, Sana, I think we spoke a lot about the normal basic aspect. I think now it's time we come on to the economics aspect in this case. And I think manifestation is something that is actually extreme microeconomics. You have limited resources, time, energy, and money. And so, for example, when you obsess over one single goal, I believe you unconsciously allocate 100% of your scarce resources towards that outcome. So मतलब जो भी distractions होते हैं, they automatically get cut off, and hence you are able to maximize your efficiency. And similarly, I think on the macroeconomics level, the entire global economy runs on manifestation, I think. So for example, if everyone believes that a bank will fail, they pull their money out, or you could say they withdraw their money from the bank, and the bank actually fails. So even if the bank wasn't going to fail, but just because people are thinking that it will fail, they do a certain action of withdrawing the money, which actually leads the bank to fail. So this actually kind of shows us that belief dictates action, and then that action that they take dictates the economy. I think a big example of this is the Silicon Valley bank collapse that happened in 2023. And it was something that was marked as the largest bank failure after the 2008 financial crisis. And one of the biggest reasons was because all the customers tried to withdraw their deposits at the same time, because all of them had this fear of insolvency of the bank, which actually turned it into a real thing, just because they believed that something like that would occur. So even if it wasn't going to occur, it actually occurred because they believed a certain thing, and then they took an action on that, and then it actually happened. So to just get a little mathematical on that point, the customers of the Silicon Valley bank tried to withdraw $42 billion in deposits. And given that banks often do not maintain enough cash in hand to cover all the clients' deposits, the bank actually failed in that case. So, what do you think on this aspect of it being related to economics and this
Honestly,
thing?
I think this economical aspect is really interesting that you brought up, and it's a really different way of looking at it.
Yeah,
The simple example that you gave about macroeconomy, the reason so many people thought like that led to energy being attracted.
yeah,
And simply, manifestation is the key that what you think happens. You attract negative energy, it increases the frequency of that happening. So that could be possibly the reason that so many people thought about it and the bank situation occurred.
yeah,
As you rightly said, that it really can affect the economy as a whole and it can have a huge impact as well.
yeah,
But talking about at individual level, if you try out manifestation the right way, I'll give you more techniques, but
yeah,
if you try it out the right way, it can really help you to achieve your dreams, your goals, to have a successful life.
yeah. Okay.
So I really want to ask you this question. Do you still feel convinced? Do you now believe that manifestation actually works and manifestation and that you should manifest?
I think I'm still actually a bit skeptical on it. Like, I'm not sure, because like till now manifestation has actually never worked for me. I wanted to top one of the exams in my boards in 10th grade, and I actually wrote it in my book that I want to top and I want to get full marks and all of that. And I even put in my efforts. I literally worked extremely hard, but somehow, even though I did get a really good percentage, I was not able to like world top in that certain exam.
Okay, so can I ask you what did you exactly do to manifest?
Okay, so the only thing, like, I did two things. So one of the thing was that I just wrote it at the last page of my book with a colorful pen. That
What did you write?
I just wrote that I just wrote world topper in whatever subject and full marks. And the second thing I did was that I used to just keep on reminding myself of that thing, that I want to world top. I will become the, um, the world topper in this subject, like day night, while before sleeping, just after waking up. Whenever I used to, like come up, like whenever that thought used to come to my mind, I used to like continuously keep on reminding myself. These are the only things I did.
Okay, that is great. That was a great effort. But I'll really tell you a really better method that can actually be used by anyone and that can be beneficial. You told me that you were writing in your book.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to do the writing manifestation, there is a method we say 369 method.
Okay.
Okay, so in the morning, you write that statement three times. I am the world topper, I am the world topper, I am the world topper. In the afternoon, you write the same sentence 6 times, and at
Yeah.
night, you write the same sentence 9 times.
Okay.
Okay, so that's, I know this sounds a bit like, it's not gonna work, but as we have been talking the entire podcast, it's
Yeah.
about the frequency, the energy that it, grabs. So that really leads to manifestation. But a technique that I personally use
Yeah.
and that personally has really, really helped me, and I have seen that my goals have come true,
Hmm.
is the water bottle technique.
Okay.
You take a water bottle,
Yeah.
you fill it like entirely that you're gonna drink the next day.
Right.
So the night before, you put a sheet of paper on that water bottle, you stick on it, and on that sheet, write down your goals. As it is for you, I am the world topper. You just write it down. The next
Okay.
morning, you start drinking from that bottle. You keep refilling it and drinking it as long as you want. So again, the example that I gave you earlier, water attracts frequency.
Yeah.
So when you drink that, you are actually drinking positive energy because water will have attracted the energy of
Yeah.
those words that you have written, of the goals that you have written, and it has actually personally worked for me. Just
Okay.
a simple thing, if you think that the paper is torn or the paper is damaged, you can simply remove it, put another one, and do the same procedure at night.
Okay. Could you give an example like कैसे it worked for you?
So I actually had a goal of, so basically I do have a lot of, I get scared, and sometimes I really think that my exam papers might not go well. So I had written down that I feel confident for my exams, I feel well prepared for my
Okay.
exams, and that actually surprisingly had happened. So it's not magic, and I really believe that it was because of manifestation.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Yeah. So, if you're still not convinced, I really just want to ask you this one question.
Yeah.
Why do you think if two people are working equally hard,
Yeah.
one person might actually become a billionaire way quicker than the other person is able to become a millionaire?
Okay, so I think this thing is actually it's like a combination of a lot of factors. So I think getting to like $1 billion amount is something which involves personal habits and time. So and I
And
think
that
a lot of
personal
luck.
habits
Yeah.
particularly involves manifestation. Let's be
Okay.
like truthful about that. Because time has never been a problem in anyone's life.
Yeah.
Time is like literally never a problem. It's just how you are thinking, how positive you are, how do you feel towards your dreams, how do you feel towards becoming successful, and how you're able to manifest it, how you're making daily affirmations about it. That's what really makes a difference.
Okay, but still, I believe, I mean, wasting time is something that would not obviously lead you to success compared to you
Definitely
using time
not. So
productively.
what we both have been talking since the very start is like hard work.
Yeah,
Hard work, using time efficiently,
yeah,
and manifesting is actually something that will definitely lead you to your goals.
yeah. But I think luck also plays a huge factor, and luck is obviously different from manifestation. So I think
Yes,
destiny and
luck is
luck.
definitely different. Different people have different luck. Obviously, luck does have quite a little role in your life, but it does not really influence your manifestation.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm somehow getting convinced on this. Could you give me some more examples to like strengthen my belief in this concept? Because I've
I'll give you
always,
a real life
yeah,
example. Do you know the Disney World?
yeah,
So do you know who created the Disney World? It was created by Walt Disney.
yeah, I do know
He
it.
had this vision that he wanted to create an amusement park, and
Okay.
he made this vision of creating Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
He went for a lot of investments, but it was very difficult for him to get funds. At last, he was able to make it. But unfortunately, he was not able to see the opening ceremony of this world.
Oh,
Unfortunately, he passed away. On the day
okay.
that this Disney World opened,
Yeah.
people over there gathered and they really were like, I wished he could see it because he had dreamed about it all his life. And do you know what his brother told that day?
No.
It's really touching. What his brother told, it really makes sense. His brother told that the reason that everyone over here is seeing this today,
Yeah.
because he saw it earlier.
Oh.
If you really understand, manifestation is about believing that it has already happened in the present. The reason if we see this Disney World today is because Walt Disney already saw it.
Okay.
That's the power of manifestation. When you actually manifest, you
Hmm.
have to believe that it has already happened.
Huh.
The- uh, that's uh, that's what actually attracts this. There is also
Okay.
a technique we call the Hope Nono technique.
Okay.
There is this theory, it is not proven yet whether it's a real story or not,
Hmm.
but it's a great thing, and I personally believe that it might be real because of some articles that seem authentic on the internet.
Yeah.
So basically, there was this mental hospital. There were a lot of people who were not getting cured. It
Yeah.
was getting very difficult for people to, for doctors to actually cure these people. They were very brutal. They were very, they could really harm people. So one day there was this doctor
Yeah.
that came in and he used the Hope Nono technique. And surprisingly, it is believed that in 6 months, all the patients were cured and that hospital was shut down.
Oh.
Which is crazy, right? Now you'd
Yeah.
ask me, what is this Hope Nono technique? You won't believe what it is. It's four
Hmm.
statements. You
Wow.
have to say four statements, which is I'm sorry,
Yeah.
please forgive me, thank you, and I love you.
Oh.
You won't believe. This theory suggests that this doctor
Yeah.
used the Hope Nono technique, asked all his patients to say it every time, and they were cured.
Oh, wow.
It's a crazy thing. I know
Exactly.
it's difficult to believe this technique, but trust me, it works. Just say it in the morning, just say it at night, and I promise me in 1 week you'll feel a different version of yourself.
Sure, I actually never heard of this, but actually, I think this seems believable, and I'm definitely going to try this and tell you how are the after effects of my experiment on this.
Yes, please. So for all the listeners, I really want you to try the water technique, the Hope Nono technique, even the pillow technique, and please
Yeah.
try the experiment, the love hate water experiment.
Definitely. I think these are such amazing ideas, and people who struggle with manifestation are definitely going to find this helpful because I think these days, as we already discussed, manifestation is so misunderstood. And most of there's a lot of misinformation that's spread on manifestation, and I think I too have been a victim of that because I clearly did not understand what manifestation was exactly and what it exactly did. So I think that's something that everybody would learn about from this episode.
Yes, I really hope that you convinced. I really hope that our listeners enjoyed this podcast, and uh, I would really love if our listeners could let us know if they want more podcasts like this.
Yeah, and the topics that they want us to discuss more on.
Please comment down below.
Yeah. So if you take away anything from this episode, let it be this. The universe isn't a bank and a vision board isn't a business plan. Manifestation without a realistic calculated strategies just leaves you financially stuck. Sana, thank you so much for joining me today to
Thank
break
you
this
so
down.
much, Kavya.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so if you want to change your reality, close the journal, open a spreadsheet. That's it for this episode of Pie in the Pound. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments what everyday economic trap or internet scam should we calculate next. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.